Okay, so this is how the app looks. And I just usually start from scratch. So once you click on the app, you go to that plus sign and then click start from scratch. And then you can upload your pictures. So the first thing I do is upload the pictures that you want to use for that specific edit. So for this one, since we're creating some sort of memory wall, I took all the girls from BB20 and I'm adding them here. Okay, so we have all the pictures that we're gonna use. The next thing that I do is shape it, and you can go to this shape button right here and press square. Sorry, it's hard to hold the phone and do this at the same time. But yeah, you can do any shape, honestly. Like, it has so many options. Like you could do, yeah, the edit is endless, but I always go for like the basic ones, and then we'll just do that for everyone. That way and then you can also adjust so that, you know, their head doesn't look so far away. Okay, now that we have like all the pictures adjusted like to the same square and like the same shape. Well, I forgot Rockstar, I think. Let me adjust hers, and then yeah, now that you have the same shape, you can start looking at like what size you want to make them. So for memory wall, it's usually just, you know, pretty simple. Since we have 8 people, I'm gonna do 4 on this side, 4 on this side. And you can also like adjust what size you want them to be. So and then we'll do 4 on this side. Okay. And then we could just put a space in between. I usually just edit for drag race games, but they could also, this is like, I did it once for like a Survivor game, but I haven't played too much with it. But the cool thing is you could also outline your pictures and make it like whatever color you want. You can make it as big as you want. Make it colorful. Okay. So we have some sort of, it lets you outline. In the earlier, this button here, the shape button, lets you choose what shape you want it to be. The once you click on something, it'll let you either outline it. This button's really nice. It gets rid of the whole border itself, so you can just have the face, and it's kind of neat. There's always an undo button, so that's also neat. Like if you don't like something, you can always press that to get rid of it. So I just did a basic little layout. You can also type, so we're gonna type BB, make a cat, BB 20 girls, and you can choose a font. It has a lot of options, but yeah, you can choose whichever one you want. And then once it gets here, you can also outline it, and then you can fill it with whatever you want. Once you press that fill thing, like a bunch of options come up, and you can make it so many different things. So we did that. So this one's a pretty simple outlet. Once you click off of anything, it's just a general, like you can draw on it, add stickers, add shapes. Like I always like using these borders and adding some kind of border to it like that. And then you can even outline that same border to make it look cool. Like you can outline your border, paint it, and even fill it. So say you want it to be orange or something. There. And you can just do that. You can make it closer, farther away. It lets you adjust it however you want it. So yeah, and then you can also add a background. There's a lot of options. This button here lets you download once you have a background saved on your device, it lets you upload it from here. But if you don't have one saved, you can use a default one that they have. So like here, I think that's a good one. You can also edit how they look. Like you can tone it down by pressing filter. I really like this adjust button because it lets you do like so much with all your pictures. You can basically change the color tint, make it more vibrant, so many stuff. Like it works. Or you can blur, like you can blur things too, so that's neat. I'm trying to think what else it has. So yeah, it lets you do whatever you want. It lets you put a shadow on it, so it kind of makes it look cool. It has a lot of like neat effects. So, and that's how that looks. What else does it let you do? Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. This blending, it lets you add little effects to it like that. So like there's like an overlay, soft light, hard light, and you can play around with that and makes it really look neat sometimes. So that button's really cool to use. I like this opacity one too. It kind of makes it blend into the background. So the more like you go towards your left with that, it makes it lighter and lighter. That way, if you don't want something to be the focal point, you can just adjust it that way. I'll click out of the picture. Another nice thing it has is once you're finished with all of it, like you're finished with your whole edit, there's an overlay button and it has all these cool effects. Like you can make it into a video and do that, which is neat. Like it moves and everything. Or you can do just a simple like light filter. It has rainbow, it has so much. So for this one, I can make it a little confetti thing. And then yeah.